Have you seen those flashy ads promising you can own property through tokens? They show tall glass towers in New York, luxury villas in Dubai, even beachfront houses in Bali, and they tell you that for just a few dollars, you too can become a real estate owner. It sounds like the future of investing. No banks, no mortgages, no huge savings needed. Just a token on your phone and boom, you're a landlord. But here's the reality. Holding a real estate token doesn't make you a landlord. And today we're going to uncover why. Welcome to today's deep dive into the world of real estate tokenization. We'll explore what these tokens actually represent, why they're not the same as owning physical property, the hidden risks that most platforms don't tell you about, and the real difference between being an investor and being a landlord. Because when it comes to real estate tokens, the line between ownership and illusion can be very thin. The pitch behind real estate tokenization is powerful. For decades, real estate has been seen as one of the most reliable ways to build wealth. But it's also one of the hardest to access. You need large sums of money, loans, legal paperwork, and sometimes months of waiting just to close a single deal. Tokenization claims to solve this problem. By breaking a property into thousands of digital tokens, suddenly anyone can afford to buy in. Instead of needing $50,000 to buy into a building, you might only need $50. With a click on your phone, you can claim to own a fraction of an apartment in Manhattan, an office in London, or a resort in Thailand. The marketing is slick. The promise is big. They say you get exposure to rent, appreciation, and global opportunities without the stress of managing tenants. But if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Here's the truth. Buying a token does not give you the same rights as buying property. When you purchase a token, your name doesn't go on the land registry. There's no title deed with your signature. You don't get a set of keys. And more importantly, you don't have control. You can't raise the rent. You can't kick out a bad tenant. You can't renovate the kitchen or sell the building. All of those powers stay with the property manager or the company behind the token. What you really own is a digital claim, a promise that if the property earns money, you might get a share. It's almost identical to buying shares in a company. You have rights to potential profits, but no authority to run things. So while you may feel like a landlord, in reality you're just a passive investor. And this is where things get dangerous. Your entire investment relies on trust in the platform managing it. If they collect rent honestly, report profits accurately, and distribute income fairly, you're fine. But if they don't, your options are limited. What if the platform shuts down? What if the managers disappear? What if regulations change and tokens are banned? In most cases, your token could instantly lose all value. There's also the legal question. In many countries, property law hasn't caught up with blockchain. So even if you hold a token, that doesn't mean a court will recognize you as an owner. In fact, in a legal dispute, the real deed holder, usually the platform or company, will have the upper hand. And then comes liquidity. They tell you tokens are easy to trade, just like stocks. But in reality, the number of buyers is very limited. If you want to sell, there may not be anyone willing to buy. You could be stuck with a token that nobody wants, no matter what the property is worth. These are risks most investors never think about, until it's too late. Now, to be fair, real estate tokenization isn't all bad. It does make investing more accessible. It allows smaller investors to get exposure to big opportunities. And in the future, with proper regulation and transparency, it could reshape how we invest. But here's the key takeaway. Owning a token is not the same as owning a property. If you want real control, if you want the ability to make decisions, if you want your name on the deed, you need to buy physical property. Tokens can give you passive exposure, but they won't give you the rights, power, or security of being an actual landlord. So ask yourself, are you comfortable being just an investor, or do you truly want to be an owner? So let's end with the big question. Does holding a real estate token make you a landlord? The answer is no, it makes you an investor, without the keys, without the deed, and without the control. Thank you for watching. If this video helped clear up the ownership mirage, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more breakdowns, and let me know in the comments. Would you ever put your money into real estate tokens, or do you prefer traditional ownership?